So I got a tattoo about 2 years ago when I was 18. I don't regret it at all. Definitely, if I went back, I would do it every single time. I kind of forget that it's there. You know, it's kind of like it's second nature. Like sometimes people like be like, "Oh, hey, you got a great tattoo." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I do have a tattoo." Like, thanks. I wasn't one of the first of my friends to get a tattoo. Um, Actually, my friend Will, he was the first one to get a tattoo when we were 17. It was for his grandmother who passed away. He was really close with his grandma, so when she passed away, that obviously hurt a lot. But like he said he got the tattoo, make him feel better about it, like knowing that she'll always like still be there with him, like right there on his side. And just seeing that like my friends were getting tattoos, like not just to have ink on them, but like because they meant something more. That kind of drove me to thinking about wanting to get a tattoo. I wanted to make sure I got something that had a meaning behind it, not just the image. The image is just kind of a representative idol. When I came up with designing what should go into this tattoo, I thought of the Celtic cross. I wanted to get that because I'm Christian, so I wanted to get something that represented that. And the Celtic cross because I'm Irish. And my dad's side is Irish, so I grew up just loving like being Irish. And I got the collada because of its meaning of faith. And I got the 4-leaf clover instead of a 3-leaf, the normal 3-leaf clover, for luck. For the 4-leaf clover, for luck, I don't really have any stories that kind of correlate with it. Like there are no incidents where I guess it like brought out a lucky time for me. But I am a lucky person because I'm obviously a healthy working individual. Like I have nothing wrong with me, no issues, no health issues. I'm going to school. All my grandparents are alive. My parents are doing well. In that sense, I'm lucky. I wouldn't just get another tattoo just to get a tattoo, just to have like an image on my body. If I did get another one, I'd have to have like a deeper meaning behind it.
Got my tattoo in April of 2011. That was my freshman year of college. First tattoo, right after the news that my cousin had died of a heroin overdose. So yeah, I always wanted a tattoo, and I was waiting for the right reason, and this was it. At the funeral, at the wake, all of that stuff, we ran into his tattoo artist, like his main guy, his best friend from childhood that did all of his tattoos. And I knew my cousin, so his brother, was getting a tattoo for him. So we kind of piggybacked on that tattoo trip, and my sister and I met up with his older brother and all got the tattoos done together. So one of the things that my cousin had, he was really into Japanese symbolism. I think some things like koi fish, cherry blossoms. I chose cherry blossoms. Actually, I was really nervous to get flowers tattooed on me. I was like, all right, you're gonna get flowers tattooed on you for your only tattoo, really? But it was the meaning behind it trumped the potential like getting made fun of for having flowers on you, and the reason I chose the cherry blossoms, one because he had them all up his right arm, and two because they symbolized like the brevity of life, kind of how life is not forever. So they're in here. I've got the 3 petals here: MDB, Michael Daniel Burroughs, my cousin, and then a petal falling off one of the flowers as like a fallen family member. And then the other touch on that makes this mean the most to me is that my cousin was cremated because one of the things he liked to do was he liked to hike a lot, he liked to travel a lot. And so they wanted to cremate him so that they could spread some ashes on the top of some mountains for him. So he was cremated, and my cousin's tattoo artist asked my aunt if it was okay if they took a vial of the ashes from the cremation and mixed that into the black ink that they were going to do tattoos with just a little bit, just to kind of put a little bit more meaning into the ink going into your body. So I have a tattoo. My sister, my cousin, his older brother, and his mom all have tattoos done with that ink. Most of my experiences hanging out with my cousin were when I was a little kid. Um, he was the big cousin, the next oldest guy. They came to visit only at Christmas, maybe once in a while in the summer, because they lived in New Hampshire. So I didn't see him very often, and my brother and sister and I, it was like Christmas every time they came, so it was always exciting to hang out with your cousins. One time they came and they got beef on wick. It's one of Buffalo foods. So they got these massive, big-ass beef on wick sandwiches, and he just loaded horseradish on it, because he didn't really know what horseradish was. He's like, oh, hot, spicy, yeah, whatever, bullshit. Like, I like spicy food. Loads it up with this stuff, and I just remember him taking his first bite, standing in my kitchen, and instant tears, just crying. He could not tolerate how hot this shit was. And I don't know why I remember that specific event, but my cousin was a really, really funny guy. His sense of humor was just hilarious. Like, I loved hanging out with him because he'd make you laugh every time you were around him. And that's what all of his friends say. They called him FM, Fat Mike, as he was Fat Mike. Always, everybody's got a fat friend. He wasn't that fat. I mean, he always called himself fat, but he was like, I was at home for spring break. I remember my mom sitting at the table and getting a phone call. Her sister saying, Michael passed away. They just found Michael dead in his apartment. And my mom's a really emotional person, so that absolutely destroyed her. And I had to drive to pick up my grandma and tell her that one of her nephews just died of a drug overdose. But he died of a drug overdose when I was a freshman. It was a real big shock to the family, because the most recent update on my cousin was that he was cutting himself off of drugs. He was going through his own self-cleansing, and he was cutting himself off, and in the summer he was moving to Seattle to start a new chapter of his life and get away from all the past. So that was one of the hardest things I think I've had to do as an 18-year-old. Share that news with your grandma. It wasn't easy to do, but my mom wanted me to do it because she couldn't even think about getting in a car and driving. So that was pretty hard. It's been 3 years since he passed away. I guess it'll be 3 years this fall, or spring. Every year, my mom and myself and whoever's home at the time, we set off Chinese lanterns. We write something on them and send some off to him every anniversary of his birthday and anniversary of his passing. Actually, I still have his contact in my phone. I won't delete that. I don't know. I can't get myself to get rid of his contact. So that's with my phone forever. I haven't been out to visit my aunt in a while since then, but I want to get out there and go see the cemetery sometime soon. I'd like to get up there sometime before I jump into the real world, but. I'd love to get another tattoo. But I don't want to, not so much taint, but just kind of put down the meaning of this tattoo by getting one that doesn't really, is just kind of like, I just want another one. I would wait until I had another significant meaning, and I would like to, if I do get another tattoo, add on into here, something to maybe branch off of this. And I don't know, maybe when my grandma dies or something, or when, I don't want all my tattoos to be about death, but something significant like that, I would consider adding on into here with it.
First tattoo was a Maltese cross with a spider web in the middle on the back of my leg, and that's the only tattoo I ever wanted to. And then I ended up turning it into a leg sleeve, and then it just grown from there. I didn't have hair, my whole entire head's tattooed. I'm out of room at 27 years old. I'm about 90% covered. And I have my upper left thigh left open for whenever I have kids. I'm going to do their portraits, but that's about it. But other than that, I'm leaving my face alone, and if I find some room, I'll put something there. It just goes from sleeve to one big piece, and you keep going from there. So after that, it kind of just stopped on me. Like when I was younger, it was, oh yeah, I have a piece on my arm, or I have a half leg sleeve or quarter sleeve, and then after that, it just all becomes one. Or if you're in the tattoo world, you go off hours. I think we've added up around, I'm almost about 650 hours. 4 or 5 years ago, I definitely, there were moments where I was like, oh, I really wished I never got tattooed. Just so I could feel normal once in a while, or just go someplace without being judged or looked at like I had foreheads. But, you know, there's times, but right now, I wouldn't change it. I actually don't even think I'd be the same person if I had no tattoos. It wouldn't be me. It'd be weird. You get judged way more harshly on life, and too many people judge you based on what you look like rather than what you really are. And then you just have the random non-stop questions of, did it hurt? How much money did that cost? Aren't you afraid what you're going to look like when you're older? Why would you do that to yourself? I was in Columbus, Ohio, because I had a bunch of friends that I went out there for work, and a bunch of friends wanted to take me to this place called Gas Junkies. It was supposed to be a garage-themed bar, so I thought, perfect, my type of place. We're waiting, half an hour to get in this bar, couldn't get in, just waiting and waiting and waiting. We finally get up to the door, and a bouncer who had tattoos grabs me on the shoulder, was like, sorry dude, I can't let you in with those neck tattoos. So I started laughing, I thought he was kidding. And then he literally grabbed me and started getting forceful. He was like, no, I really can't let you in. I was like, all right, cool. So I went to the bar next door. Same story. Sorry, man, you have neck tattoos. I can't let you in. I started getting, everybody else is like, all right, well, we'll leave. I'm like, no, this is making me mad. I asked for a manager. Manager comes out, and I asked him, like, so why can't I come in? He goes, well, all the bar owners this year all teamed up, and they want to wean out the bad. So apparently I'm bad because I have neck tattoos. He said, sorry, have a good night, and walked away. Pretty much was discriminated because of what I looked like. Even though anybody else that didn't have tattoos could have came in with a gun, knife, whatever. But because of what I looked like, I'm weaned out. But it used to make me mad, and then now I've just kind of gotten over it. Now it's just more fun than anything, because I'm not like a big badass biker guy or whatever. I'm normal just like everybody else. I just choose to do things differently.